Pleasant day, everyone, and especially to my classmates. The subject, Public Administration 204, the Governmental Organization and Management, and also our professor, Dr. Tababa. I would like also to thank you, Dr. Tababa, for this opportunity to record my report instead of presenting it in our virtual meeting tomorrow. So I have pre-recorded this because I am not available during Saturday as I am a Seventh-day Adventist. So I would like to thank this opportunity and consideration of Dr. Tababa. Without further ado, the assigned topic to me, it is what is an organizational structure? And let me now define it. Organizational structure is the method by which work flows through an organization. It allows groups to work together within their individual functions to manage tasks. I find this definition as the best one. I took it from the Society for Human Resource Management. We have here the website www.shrm.org. So allow me to give a deeper explanation on the word organizational structure. Sa pagkabasa naton sa term ng organizational structure, automatically we could think of the posters within the offices of the government or offices of the private companies wherein they are posting organizational structure within the lobby or the administrative offices, no? So that we could see how the flow of commands an organization works. So allow me to share types of organizational structure. We have three. Let me begin with the vertical structures. So the functional structure and the divisional structure. We have the first one, vertical structure. It is modified, or it is divided into two. We have the functional and the divisional. First, we have the functional structure, wherein there is a president, where we have here an example. We have the president, and we have different functions under the president. So there are different people or employee or officials under the president who have their separate functions. I would like to give an illustration in relation to this example sa aton political organization structure sa aton Philippine government. We have an example here with the Barangay Literacy Coordinating Council. I took it in the Department of Education. An example of which is we have here the barangay chairman and the co-chairman, the school principal of the school affiliated to the barangay or the local government unit, wherein we have here the 7 barangay kagawad with their functions. For example, we could see here the first barangay kagawad, his function is the chair of committee on education member. The second is his function is only for the peace and order. Third is for the health sanitation, and so on. And we have also here a special function of the civil society, from the non-government organizations, civic or religious organization. So this is an example of functional structure. So this is a vertical structure wherein there are individual functions for each employee or officials. Next, we have the vertical structures of the divisional structure. On the divisional structure naman, we have here the leader, the president. We have different divisions. Okay? For example, we have on the division product X, where on this portion of the division, it has its own marketing, it has its own finance, manufacturing, R&D. Same with division Y and division Z. I would like to cite an example of which is our departments in the government, wherein each department sa aton nga executive branch of the government, each department sa cabinet sa aton nga president. For example, let me cite the Department of Education, the Department of Public Works and Highway, and just 3, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Each department have its own finance sa department. Each department have its own finance section, monitoring section, legal section. So each has its own function. So this is the divisional structure of the vertical structures of one of the type of our organizational structure. So this is the first type. We have the second type. Oh, before we proceed to the second type, we pass here to the Department of Social Welfare and Development Field Office 7 as an illustration. For example, okay, I've been working here before actually, so I took this as an example. I was assigned at Kalahi Seeds Program or Kapit Bisig Laban sa Kahirapan. This program is infrastructure development of the rural areas of our municipalities where I am assigned to municipality of Mabinay. I was also designated to Tayasan and Wali Hermoso. So, been working at the SWD Field Office 7 for a year, and actually I just transmitted from Negros Island region to Field Office 7 since during the time President Duterte have dissolved NIR, so I was transferred to the other department. Wherein I would like to point out, for example, I was assigned in Kalahi Seeds program. We have another program here. We have Pantawid Pamilya program, or the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program, the 4Ps. The 4Ps has its own organizational structure where there is also a finance, there is also each functions which is related to such section. Also in Kalahi Seeds we have also finance, and we are focusing on infra, so we have technical team on Kalahi Seeds program. And I heard also from the disaster response and rehabilitation, they have also this infra. Okay, so I would like to share to you an example of which our vertical structure, divisional structure. Next, on the second type of organizational structure, we have the matrix organizational structure. Here in the matrix is just a combination of functional and divisional structure. So if we could see here, this is also an example of a combination ang organizational structures ng the SWD Field Office 7. So, okay, I would like to share to you a brief relevance on this example given here. For example, we have here the president or the chair or the director, wherein there are different sections behind the directorship of our servant, of our public servant. So under him or her, we have R&D, manufacturing, marketing, HR, finance, and procurement. We have here on the left side or in the left corner, we have the manager product X, manager of product Y, and manager of product C. Those illustrations are I would like to point out an example of which is ang aton nga Commission on Audit or Civil Service Commission serves as the managers of product X, Y, and Z. Those are some other committees, some other organizations wherein looking out to every section of the particular department on this organizational chart. We have here the third type, the open boundary structures, wherein there are three specifications. We have hollow, modular, and virtual. And the open boundary structures are all organizational units are effectively and flexibly connected. An example of which is the Interagency Task Force, which is formed because of the pandemic. No? Currently, we have IATF functioning. So this is an example of the open boundary structures. We have in the hollow, we have hollow structures divide work and employees by each capability. And modular organizations is where components of a product are outsourced. And virtual organization sometimes called as a network structure, is cooperation among companies, institutions, or individuals delivering a product or service under an agreement. So these are the three qualities of an open boundary structures. Could be hollow, modular, or virtual. Before I end up, allow me to share the political organization of the Philippine government. We have the three branches of the government. I know each of us could recall. This is a topic from elementary, no? It was discussed. So we have executive branch, where we have our president, the vice president, going to the cabinet secretaries, and the departments and the agencies of the government. We have the regional level from the autonomous regions. We have the regional governor, and then we have the provinces. We have the governor, the vice governor, the what we call this, the board members, part of the provincial organizational structure. We have, and the municipality in city, we have the mayor to the vice mayor down to the city councilors, and to the barangay, we have the barangay captain down to the barangay councilors or the barangay kagawad, until the barangay workers. We have the barangay health workers and the rest. So on the other side, we have the legislative, where it's composed of the two houses, the lower chamber and the upper, or the lower house and the upper house. We have the Senate, composed of 24 senators, and we have the House of Representatives, composed of 270. On the Senate, it is headed by the Senate President, and the House of Representatives, it is headed by the House Speaker. We have the Regional Legislative Assembly, we have the head speaker, and the provincial assembly varies on head vice governor. The municipality and city assembly headed by the vice mayor, and also for the barangay assembly we have we're headed by the barangay captain, and the youth assembly by the SK chairperson. So this is on the legislative branch of the government. On judiciary, we have the Supreme Court as the highest, composed of the 15 justices and headed by the Chief Justice. We have the Court of Appeals, we have 69 there, and we have the head presiding judge. Sandigan Bayan, we have 15, and headed also by the head presiding judge. And the Court Tax Appeals, having 9 members, headed by the presiding justice. On the regional courts, we have the regional trial courts, we have 12, and Sharia district courts, we have 5 courts. Under the Sharia, we have Sharia circuit courts, and under the regional trial courts, we have metropolitan trial courts, municipal trial courts, municipal trial courts in cities, and in municipal trial courts, circuit trial courts. So those are the 3 branches of the government in its organizational structure. And to end with, I would like to share to you a passage from the book of Psalm, chapter 78, verse 72. So he shepherded them according to the integrity of his heart, and guided them with his skillful hands. Imagine a shepherd, mga my fellow classmates and professor, Dr. Tababa. I would like to share to you a thought from this verse, that imagine a shepherd, how organized are the flocks of his sheep, no? By just guiding through using just a staff. Pwede niya i-guide ang iyang sheep, ang flocks, ang iyang sheep, ang iyang ginabantayan ng mga karnero orderly, and then may discipline sa pag-guide niya sini, no? So this organizational structure are also a pattern of which, no, nga nagaguide sa parts of the organization and as well as of the government. And also I would like to point out how hard is it, no, during the time of Moses in the Bible. If during that time, if mag-speak si Moses, since wala pa to sang public PA, we have this PA system or sound system, wala pa, it's hard to transmit the signal or to share or to announce, di ba? Because wala gid sa means of communication. So I took this as important thing, no? The organizational structure in public administration as an important matter wherein kung may-ari nga organizational structure, we are guided by means of every functions that we have and every level of which we are assigned to. No, we are guided wherein we also may be able to perform our tasks and duties nga wala naga sinapaway, and also we will be able to perform our duties efficiently. So I would like to thank once again Dr. Tababa for this opportunity to record my presentation instead of presenting in our virtual meeting. And I would like to pray good health to everyone, keep safe, and may the good Lord bless each of us. Thank you so much.